In the Pacific region, communities are working together to build resilience against the impacts of climate change. Through the Kiwa Initiative, 17 local projects have rolled out across ACP countries and OCT territories. By implementing nature-based solutions, or NBS, these projects have become a beacon of hope for climate resilience in the Pacific. Let's dive into these inspiring stories of strength and progress. By addressing coastal ecosystem restoration, 5 local projects are making a difference on the ground. In northern Fiji, the Kiwa Initiative supports the organization Community-Centered Conservation, or C3, to raise youth awareness, which is a key for mangrove conservation. Through school programs, World Wetlands Day, and reef ranges, young people learn the importance of these crucial ecosystems. C3's partnership with the Ministry of Youth trains diverse communities and sets up nurseries to empower youth in climate change mitigation. Communities like Ravi Ravi combat climate change by planting mangroves to reduce soil erosion and storm surges. Coastal residents prevent littering and cutting, showing commitment to preservation. Supported by reef rangers and the Fiji Red Cross, C3's program has planted over 2,000 mangroves and potted 9,400 seedlings. Efforts at Ngarnivai were adjusted due to seawall construction.
Alak mo libay bakat katis ay kurang or na bitamu ani sinabali na po ni may bagor iwa na may ariwa na lomi suren uwa ano naman ni nabingaw na sasibi ano man para ay na sabi matas mata na taw polibole uwa ay makuwa ni para di ay na raway uwi na makalikulay so na taw polibole na may mga matonya na basta taw bulatory na to mingaw naan iningan na to yo nanguna ay sana din takay tiba na makuli-kuli ana nabuli na sa sisi kumaya barami na sitwasyon na kau ni bina wale na buni Kiwa Initiative na kumaya wa ila na iwa project ay na may iwa ato mo na maay na ran iba abuna na maroya ang barami na suslisomo na aruan na halos maya koli kada sa leba uwake merawa ni mami unikele kuliah ke ayawa ni kun ba boleh ang nagasa ni may sudwa boleh ang nabud barad lo may enra onrangon na lay na ngaw na Tonia may ngrasara nila kay kuli na sa nakuli boleh nga ay nabuni enra ay atong ay balay enra awan ni vonwa ilingaw level base kani naban.
In New Caledonia, 78 farming families are engaged in conservation efforts along the Nera River with the WWF France, supported by the Kiwa Initiative Perenne, protection and restoration of riparian zones of the Nera project. The We Ereteu Association, led by 10 women, hosted nursery sessions for 40 women and youth, producing half of the needed native plants. About 600 young adults join annual eco-citizen work camps supported by trainees from agriculture and fishing chambers, young offenders and tribal youth. 2 secondary schools participated in an awareness campaign visiting the Bowara nursery for educational purposes. The first citizen work camp commenced on July the 1st, initiating collaborative conservation efforts in the region. A women fishers exchange between Nadmo and Peleliu in Palau involved 17 participants sharing fishing experiences. Camp Ebiil's summer program attracted 82 youth in June and July of 2023. 8,000 sea cucumber seedlings were produced for community reseeding, with 49 participants aiding in outplanting. 22 women fishers from 3 states and 300 giant clams were also involved in conservation efforts. Ebiil Society supported 4 giant clam farms in Gadmo, each starting with 1,000 clam seedlings, amounting to a total of 4,000. The farms have a 79% average survival rate attributed to regular maintenance. These joint endeavors are bolstering marine conservation and community livelihoods.
I'm a woman fisher in Yartmau, partnering with the Ebiil Society in sea cucumber planting and clam farming. The impact of both sea cucumber and clam farm to me and my community is the source of livelihood, and also source of income. And both sea cucumber and clam spawning on its own to helps visiting the area to increase population of both sea cucumber and clams. And last but not least, increase the healthiness of the ocean. Sulang. Thank you.
In New Caledonia, ongoing field training of 2 women and 8 men by the North Province under the Sara Safeguarding, Restoration and Adaptation of Seabird Colonies and Associated Ecosystem Services project, supported by Kiwa, shows promising progress for nature guards and staff. The project aims for innovative management, potentially enabling provincial agents to independently set up attracting devices for seabirds, a unique skill on the territory. The Nihumwak Environment Association is also acquiring these skills through the Sara project. Nature wardens in Kumak are enhancing monitoring and solutions for seabirds. Despite initial challenges, teams are now fully operational and trained with biosecurity devices installed on 13 of 17 islets at Ebiil. Further community involvement is planned for long-term preservation efforts, showcasing significant advancements in seabird conservation and local engagement. In Fiji, the vetiver planting project in Vesi Village, Mali Island, addresses climate change impacts. Supported by the Kiwa Initiative, the project aims to plant vetiver grass to combat soil erosion caused by climate change. The Vesi Women's Group, with seedlings from the Ministry of Waterways in Lambasa, also took part. Transportation and training were provided by the Maduwata Provincial Office. Vetiver plants were sourced locally and prepared for planting. This collaborative effort reflects proactive environmental conservation. Continuous monitoring is crucial for long-term success. The project signifies a significant step in climate resilience for Vesi Village, showcasing community government cooperation in addressing environmental challenges. Tackling the threat of environmental challenges. Here are 3 local projects that are conducting activities in their communities. In the Solomon Islands, equal opportunities for participation were ensured among women across the villages involved in the project led by Birdlife. Subsequently, women were trained in bait station monitoring, facilitating their active involvement. Each village's garden plot, spanning 0.3 kilometers squared, was meticulously monitored, with women from Hutuna, Tegano, New Pani and Tavaitahe villages assisting the local rangers. Local rangers have been diligently conducting monitoring activities, engaging indigenous community members in the process. Data collected are sent to Birdlife International for analysis to assess the impact of the rodent control program on reducing rodent numbers and its effects on crop availability. The LTWHSA facilitated training sessions by experts in environmental monitoring, enabling rangers to implement monitoring protocols effectively. An environmental monitoring plan guides rangers in controlling black rat populations and monitoring changes in fauna values.
And good day. My name is George. I'm working for the Kiwa project, and I'm working as the local coordinator for the Kiwa project here in Israel. In this project, it's really helped us. Like one of the activities that we do is we try to reduce the impact of rat that indeed spoil our fruits, and that's one of our projects that we currently work on it. And as I look back, we see a lot of improvement in our crops. That's a very positive result of what we had done so far. That we see, our gardens, it's really improved. Like our crops that at the first place it was damaged by this rodent, and now families and a lot of people, they commend us that they reduce the impact to us, and that's one big achievement that we see in this project. And the other component is like in the project we had engaged a lot of people. We engaged the rangers and even the communities, the whole communities, the boys and girls, the youth, the women, and even the old folks in the communities. We engage them, and they receive their earning. It's really there to support the family needs, the basic needs. So in this project, we see a lot of benefits out of it. And even in this project, the Kiwa project, it supports our World Heritage Committee to facilitate meetings, to coordinate meetings. And that's one good thing about this project. Like even this project, we support some NGOs to come and do some training, especially on climate change. Like it's the first time of its kind. Like the government, they failed to do this, and we are happy that the Kiwa project has really helped us to facilitate meetings, help to educate our people in the communities. So basically, that's what I can say about the Kiwa. But I can tell many good things about this, but basically that's what the Kiwa project did does to our communities. Thank you so much, and we look forward for us to work together on this project.
In Fiji, recent activities implemented in the framework of the Kiwa project, Building Coastal Resilience Dune Ecosystem in Fiji, implemented by the National Trust of Fiji, aimed to gather comprehensive agriculture and agroforestry data for the Kulukulu region, focusing on soils, crops, and spatial data. Key activities included stakeholder consultations, workshops, and establishing a stakeholder team. Data collection encompassed soils, crops, and spatial information. Consultations engaged all stakeholders, including women and youth. An agroforestry baseline workshop ensured inclusive community participation. A stakeholder team set priority intervention objectives. Further consultations finalized agreements and project boundaries. An ethnobotany workshop integrated traditional knowledge into practices. A school holiday program educated youth on heritage and agroforestry. These activities laid a strong foundation for sustainable agroforestry in Kulukulu.
My name is Ilasa Ongnival. I'm 25 years of age and I live in Volleyball Village.
Yeah.
Since I've been volunteering in the park, I've learned about climate change and its effect in this community. We help the rangers in the park in cutting the planting lines, also doing the maintenance around the park. We also help in potting seedlings and restoring the old nursery. And we also help them in the weed work in the park. We thank the Kiwa project for actively involving us in the park. We've learned many things about the forest, and whatever we learn, we take it back to the community.
In French Polynesia, the Vaiku'a organization employed and will train 8 local people for at least 2 years, including 4 women aged 23 to 42 and 4 men aged 23 to 55. Training was provided by field experts, benefiting 8 families directly. The association maintained 4 existing jobs and created 4 new ones. The acquisition of a rat detection dog and training in New Zealand improved training and inspections, as well as monitoring rat introductions with donated traps and cages. Although the reforestation program was halted due to land issues, the success of seedlings and plantations indicates that the project can be successfully replicated.